Every replay, every stand-up fight, nothing together on race night. In the night that the legends sleep, or the underdog, every winning streak. From hometown heroes to the final line, we hold on till the end of the fight. When the string goes down, the echoes remain. Another chapter written in speed and fame. If you live for the more than the racing truth, virtual grip network. That's you. Sign of faith, but the passion stays. Another race in the broadcast haze till the lights go green and the mics ignite. Virtual grip network grips the night.
Streaming cyberspace into your place from New Smyrna Speedway. It's the Virtual Grip Network's 8th round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's late model Invitational Series, Season 33. You know, it is so very satisfying to race in as a driver or cheer on as a fan or even give a bird's eye view of, as a commentator, a series that has a rule package designed to add drama to individual events as well as season-long championships. Such is the case with any BRL sanctioned series, and there can be no better example of that process in action than the series we bring you tonight. James Lowe is the twice-crowned champion and is not a stretch to say is the odds-on favorite to win a third. But because of the aforementioned rule package, especially the rule that replaces the track qualifying for a race grid that is fixed and inverted from the results from the Baker's dozen from the previous results, the path to a BRL championship has obstacles like no other series. With only tonight and 3 more races to go, yes, James Lowe is the points leader, but because of his victory last round, he must start the race behind the man chasing him into the points. The Adelaide Blade, Ed Foster, trails Lowe by only 2 points, but because of that inverted grid, he's slated to start ahead of Lowe, meaning Foster will have 2 goals, win, but if not, keep Lowe behind him. So pull the lever on the lazy boy and settle in for excitement of not just simulated short track racing, but a 2-man drama that could rival Creed versus Balboa. From the state, with the best police body cam videos on YouTube, a warm Floridian hello and welcome on this Saturday night, March 7th, 2026. Jeremy Gridlock Scott, he's got his hot dog from the stand, and he's up here in the booth alongside yours truly, Bill Soupson, to give you our bird's eye view and turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. It's former tank commander Ryan Seneker. All right, Jeremy, what do you think?
Well, first of all, as Brandy Harden's favorite announcer tonight, I didn't know that we were trying the new world record in broadcasting in Soup. But either way, this is going to be an interesting race. We saw yesterday how early on some drivers were having single car spins coming through 3 and 4. I think with the way that these cars will handle, it might be a little difficult through the turns because it's 23 degrees of banking. I didn't want to shortchange it once again. But still, a lot of great racing happens here. You've got the Florida Governor's Cup that races here. So this is a very historic venue for racing. So we'll see what happens as we run 100 laps tonight.
Let's take a quick look at the points. It's hard not to sing along with the music. Hey, there's James Lowe sitting on top. You know, I talked about that 2-point lead. Well, there he is right in front of Ed Foster. A driver I didn't talk about. He's got to win this season. That's Chris Worrell. He's only in 10 points out of the lead. Or 12 points back to the leader. So he still has the possibility. Don't know if Brendan Myers, he was your point leader for a while. I think maybe the bloom was off the rose for him. Todd Lipson had a good run last week. Adam Shane, very impressive. You see, the boss man told me before we went green, before we went live, that Lowell Jewell's going to win tonight. He did a little Joe Namath, put his finger up in the air, says, I guarantee it. He was sipping a Mai Tai from his lounge chair poolside. Ruben Ortiz down there in 8th, 9th, and 10th, John Wilson and Kurt Smith. Glad you're with us tonight. Got a good championship. Hey, look, there we are on screen. Somebody needs a beard.
Yeah, I tried. Good luck on that one. Trust me, it is tough to grow a beard on this face. So, if and when it does come in, it's usually patchy.
Well, that's all right. Some people hit puberty late, so there's still hope, man.
Wow. Woo, man, it's going to be a rough crowd tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as the checkered flag is out on this session.
Nice field tonight here as we have 18 drivers. Good sign of a healthy series, as here we are. All the way through the series, not a whole lot of people still holding on to the championship, but we get a nice healthy field of 18. Qualifying going on right now. Oh, let me tell you, there is no qualifying, of course not. We just talked about that in the open. And they're good enough. Let's go ahead and give you that starting order right now. Now, remember, this is based on qualifying time. Starting on the pole is Adam Shane. The little brother of the Hilberts, Tom, will be starting outside of row 1.
Row 3, I expect this driver to be up front quick. It's Caveman, Trey Bloom, and Bobby Hayes alongside in row 2.
If the betting window is still open and you can get there, look for Chris Worrell. He'll be starting in 5th, looking to pick up his 2nd win of the season. Apparently, there are palm trees in Bakersfield, California, I have been informed. Jeffrey Harden starts in 6th.
You got the Racing Rev in row 4 alongside Benny and the Jets Ellison.
Ed Foster sits 2 points back of your points leader. He'll be starting on the inside row in 9th. He's going to be flanked by the Canadian Goose, John Wilson.
Take a look at row 6. It's Todd Liston. And your points leader, last week's winner, he's 1, 2, 3. You can count that high tonight. James Lowe.
Yeah, interesting that Lowe will be starting on the outside line. He'll have, maybe that outside line gets going. It'll be harder for Foster to keep behind him. Kurt Smith and Lowell Jewell make up 13th and 14th.
Steve Hilbert, the Chief, will be alongside the man who told me last night he thinks he's got a good shot to win as well. It's the quiet man, Ruben Ortiz.
With his tail out from between his legs after serving his suspension, Chris Davis will be starting in 17th. And it's Papa Kenny Allen at the very back. Let's see if Kenny can get a good run back there. He's got a long way to go. 100 laps to get there. Got to finish on the same rubber you start with. No fast repairs. This is Big Boy Racing. You break it, you bought it. With that, let me turn it over to my partner to call the start.
On the front row, it's Adam Shane and Tom Hilbert, 79-25. Shane had a good night last night as well before wreck ruined it. Green flag is out. Adam Shane with a nice jump. Nobody spinning the tires here early on. And look who goes to the inside. It's the Eveman, Trey Bloom, as he tries to look for 2nd place.
Hilbert leaves them lots of room, so 2nd place is an easy get. There is room for Hilbert to come down if he wants to in front of the guy that I think could win this one, the 06 of Chris Worrell. Worrell on the inside now should get 3rd.
I don't know if he's gonna win it because here's the thing, James Lowe, although he's fallen back now, he was really strong last night, and like I said, I would watch out for a couple of other drivers like Altice to move his way up, but that 2nd groove came in pretty early for a lot of drivers, and all those drivers who took advantage last night is the Canadian Goose, John Wilson, as he goes high, wide, and handsome over your points leader, who changes paint scheme again this week to all black, James Lowe.
Now, just out in front of this nonsense is the 4 of Ed Foster. He sits far enough ahead. Liston on the inside, having fun on the outside with electric boots. Benny and the Jets. Ellison puts it in the wall. That's going to give an opportunity to Lowe. Lowe started in 12th. He's got himself down to the inside now. There's a cushion between him and Foster, and it is Todd Liston.
Of course, the points gap would give Foster the points lead as they run now. Of course, it could change at any point. As the Ellison, he's just stuck up to that high line right there. And of course, we saw how good that the Quiet Man was all race long last night. Well, he can put that car anywhere because he loves this track.
Now they are single file. When I have a spouse give me a hard time in the YouTube chat, I feel like oh, wait, we're looking at this battle. Hang on, I was about to go up to Jeffrey Harden, but no. I think we'll stay here for a minute. Look at this. Oh, the racing gods are so poetic, aren't they? They put together the two guys in the opening. Foster on the inside, Lowe on the outside. And, well, he gets loose, but there he goes.
You know, that was something that some of the drivers were complaining about last night, is how slick the track was. Oh, let's do with a little bit of a slide job through turn number 3 as he catches it. And to the inside goes Smith as Cole goes side by side with Liston. But yeah, a lot of drivers were complaining, Soup, about how slick the track was. And it was really slick around 3 and 4. That's where we saw a lot of drivers make spins. And of course, that little opening there in the wall, they'd slide up to it, but they did not hit the wall because of it.
Chris Hayslip is going to get together with Kurt Smith, but they get it straightened out. Oh, Hayslip was going around. He's been losing positions left and right. They get that sorted out. James Lowe, meanwhile, is a man on fire. And Ed Foster is trying his very best to stay with him, but man, Lowe is just picking him off 2, 3 a lap.
He's up 6 spots so far, trying to get around Bobby Hayes in the 5th spot, but the Adelaide Blade having some problems with getting around the 25 at Hilbert, and Lowe makes it work easily. See how quick it takes the 4 to try and close in on Bobby Hayes, but Hayes shuts the front door on him.
Okay, well, let's talk about Jeffrey Harden before things get ugly here, because you've got James Lowe behind him. Harden having a nice run, started at 6th, up 2 spots right now. Let's see how wide he can make that kind of turquoise, silver, blue. Yeah, it looks like a Detroit Lion. I'm going to call that Honolulu blue. I know what color Detroit Lion is. Underneath, there he goes, the 99.
Of course, you want to stay off, and you take the apex and go up into the marbles, and that just hands forth into James Lowe. As you see the inside is Wilson going around Hilbert once again. Hilbert just falling back like a rock. A little earlier than what we normally see out of the 25, but either way, still everybody nice and smooth as you work your way around. And a lot of moves though being made here early on. You saw Foster trying to go around the inside of Hayes for 6th place as he's trying to keep pace with the points leader, James Lowe, to try and limit any bleeding that there is in that point situation.
Here you go, little soldiers of Soup's clipboard army. Get out your tools right now. Mark this down. Lap 15, James Lowe behind the leader, 2.37 seconds. Let's see how long it takes him to get there. Oh, here's a battle for the lead. World trying to get under there. He's going to, oh, they touch. Shane goes around, catching at him. He does not. He spins off, noses it into the inside wall. Oh, ugliness in Florida.
I wonder if it's another situation like we saw last night where you just get loose, and yeah, indeed, he starts to get loose there, and unfortunately, Whirl just has nowhere to go, and right to the wall he goes. So much like we had last night, but at least this time, you don't get 5-6 cars involved because not everybody was clumped together.
That's a great call. We'll look at from the top. You can see the 79 is loose, and that catches the 6 by surprise. Whirl did his very best to try to help him out and give him a little bit of a shove, keep him going straight.
Here's the thing, we saw an incident similar to that last night that involved some of our front runners that we see here in the late models, and yeah, so that's no surprise that it happened. Hey, let's call up Trey Bloom, who's sitting in second place real quick. I want to see how the track conditions are compared to last night. Trey, it's Jeremy and Soup up in the booth. How are the track conditions from tonight compared to last night?
I think the track conditions are maybe a little bit better. I know this car handles a little bit better too. It doesn't have as much power to get loose like the Super Late does, but yeah, it's feeling good tonight, I think.
You got 2 fast guys underneath you, Whirl, and then back inside of row 2 is Lowe. Any chance of, I don't know, getting ahead of Whirl, if not tucking in in front of Lowe?
I think for now we're gonna be racing here. I felt like they were racing too hard to begin, so you know I've still got some tricks up the sleeve here. I'm still fast, so. We're just playing the strategy game.
All right. We'll see how it plays out. Good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, so Jerry, translate that for me. Was he saying he's going to surrender the positions, or he has enough rubber to go racing? I'm not sure what he was quite saying there.
Sounds to me like he's got enough rubber to go racing, because you saw how aggressive some of those drivers were early on. So let's see what the caveman has up his sleeve as he starts from the outside of row 1.
Well, I know this. You go to heaven, you get to the pearly gate, St. Peter's there, and you say, look, I got all this rubber that I needed to use up in a race. And then St. Peter will say, you can't take it with you. So, caveman, use it up now, buddy. Go get it, buddy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Better to use it later. Better save it later. That tire equity is oh so huge. Green flag is back underway as Chris World goes to the outside. Of course, how do you pick which one to go? It's like trying to pick your favorite child. It's hard to do. As now he goes back down low to protect James Lowe from making a run to the inside as they're nose to tail for the first 4 positions.
Baby Sue, if you're listening, it's you. Your brother's a numbskull. Whirl, Low, and Green, and Trey Bloom, your front 3. Foster's. Yeah. Go ahead.
Good. I was always told there was no favorites in my family, but I know that neither of us were the favorite, to say the least. Chris Worrell still holding on to that 0.3 of a second advantage over James Lowe. By the way, highest climber so far until Ruben Ortiz ends up finding his way around Bobby Hayes. He's all over that back bumper. You have this battle here with Cucumber Kurt Smith trying to hold off a couple of other drivers down low. That's John Wilson and the boss man, who's now battling with Tom Hilbert.
So you got the top 2 speedsters out in front with Whirl and Lowe. Everybody's hoping that those guys maybe battle it out early. I think they're probably too slick to fall into that trap. You got Bloom, who's just trying to pace himself, waiting for a caution flag. And then you got Foster, who's doing his very best to hang on to Lowe. Wanted to keep him behind him, but at least he's still in sight. Look at this battle farther back here. This is Ruben Ortiz and Bobby Hayes. Nice to see Hayes racing so far up front.
What's wrong with Whirl here? Is he blinking, or do you have a problem? Yeah, I think he's blinking right now. So
yeah,
we definitely have a problem with our leader. He's falling through the order. That should hand the lead back over to James Lowe's. Chris Whirl has completely dropped off the surface. There he is. Now he's back.
He's back.
So it's like one of those weird things, where you're leading. Oh no, I'm in the 6th dimension, and now you're back. And James Lowe probably got a little spooked there, but still holding on to that 2nd place. Let's go back to this. Actually, we'll talk about this brotherly battle here between Steve and Tom Hilbert. The Chief just waves his billy club at his brother, like they would always do as kids. And the Woodshed now ahead of the 25.
Well, they got together last race.
That's right.
Good racing. 28 laps in, 29 now.
Well, still the climb man trying to find his way around Bobby Hayes for 5th place. And there's Adam Shane as your early race leader. He finds his way. Look at that right front. It looks a little cattywampus. I think he's probably suffering with that for quite some time. You see the quiet man taking a nose out front. Of course, Ed Foster now makes his way into 3rd place over Trey Bloom. So move Adelaide Blade up 1 spot as he is knocking on the door of possibly getting around Foster if he can catch up to him. You're on board with the 4 Foster, working their way through 1 and 2. He's watching to see if maybe these two decide to go fighting a little harder.
Turn the camera around, director. We might get a good fight behind these guys. You might be able to see Altice on the inside. There you go. The blue car right behind. You're looking there at Trey Bloom, but 2 back. That is Altice getting underneath, and he sends Hayes into a purple haze, and he's tagged. He's tattooed by a Canadian goose.
That was 2 Team CDR cars that ended up in that incident. So 2nd caution of the night as Chris Whirl lives to see another restart. Let's see what happened here. Was it another case of somebody getting loose and nowhere to go? Let's watch slowly, because I think that's going to be the theme of the night. Oh, that was somebody thinking that they weren't, they didn't be below them.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky. And then that's Davis who gets into it back there as well. And I may think Ellison got some of that.
I think Benny did get some of that, but either way, Wilson now into the pits and still having blinking issues with Chris Worrell. So we'll see what happens. What do you think, Soup?
Let's try the Adelaide Blade. Let's see if we have time to talk to him. Dial up Ed Foster, always a great interview. Ed, it's Soup up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello, boys.
All right, I thought Mike, you might be able to keep low behind you, but he got around you. Now you're chasing them through. You got anything for these front guys?
Oh, I don't know, man. They're pretty quick, aren't they? Yeah, I was just trying to be patient in there behind Lipper, and old 99's just rolled around the top like I was standing still, nearly sucked my doors off. So I thought I'd better get on after it. And yeah, I mean, it depends how it plays out. There's a lot more to BRL racing than just outright pace, but these two are pretty quick, so we'll just have to see how it shakes out.
Ray Bloom said that he felt the guys were going a little too aggressive tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, it seems like everybody's who can charge at the front has tried to do so. You know, I was actually settling in for the long haul then until I saw James take off, and then I thought, oh, I better do something about this. So yeah, tried to stick with him, and we're with him, so we'll see what happens.
All right, they're doubling up. We'll let you go. Hey, I'll spot for if you want. I'll tell you when to get on the gas. Try to keep low on the outside, all right?
Yeah, all right, mate.
All right, go get him.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Gotta go early. Yeah, I want him to go early. I want him on the tail of Worrell here and keep low pinned outside if he can.
Well, we'll see what happens when the pace car decides to hang left. Indeed, he does. It's Worrell's restart to call. Now let's see if Lowe can keep up with them, and indeed he does. Oh, did Lowe go a little early? That's the question of the day as Worrell goes down low, as Lowe pinches him down low. And how many more lows can I put in a sentence? We'll find out as both those drivers will go low down through 3 and 4.
Lo and behold, James Lowe out in front. Worrell now in second. You know what? Worrell should have got on the phone with the Blade there, and they should have talked to you. They should have 1, 2, 3 go, so they could have left together like a unit, like they were tied. Now they got their hands full.
Great idea. But unfortunately, NASCAR outlawed it, so I think the boss man will keep outlawing it too. Here comes Papa Kenny Allen to the inside of the boss man, speak of the devil. And he's blocked off by Harden. The boss man is, and you know, single file coming into turn number 3 is Jewel going to try around the inside.
Kenny Allen started well at the back. Picked up 10 spots. Vultured a lot of those from attrition, but I imagine it's made a few on the track. Man, there are some pretty paint schemes out there. The 36 is really just gorgeous. Yeah, just some of them are outstanding.
Yeah, they really are. Here comes the quiet man, Ruben Altice, trying to go for the podium spot. Remember, I mentioned in my open that to watch out there, and of course, Foster needs to watch out for those walls as well, because they bite harder than a wallaby in the Outback. So that's something he would know. Also, Todd Liston knocking at the door of Ruben Altice as well. Altice, your highest climber so far this race.
Wallabies hanging around in the Billy Bog. I don't know what a Billy Bog is, but it sounds like somewhere a wallaby might be. Single file now. Low out in front. Foster's in third. Even if it were to finish this way, he'd only lose a couple points in the standings. If he can stay within enough points, like digits on my finger, somewhere within 5, makes it interesting.
No, it really does. So it'll be closest that we've seen a championship battle in a long time here in the late model series. So that'll be a lot of fun. I've got to say this, Ed's been a breath of fresh air this season, as he has done quite well, done everything but step on the top step of the podium. We'll see if he can do that at some point this season, but if he can finish second in points without garnering a win, that, in my opinion, would be up for a most improved driver.
Right on board with Foster. Right behind Foster is Ruben Altice. You know what I like about Altice? We were talking paint schemes. Every week he comes out in his Chevrolet Electric, number 70. Gets a little bit loose right now. Let's look back, Director, because here comes Todd Liston ducking underneath. This is going on right behind Foster. Oh, I'm hearing I was right. That your kangaroo, what animal did you have there? What did you say? Your wallaby darn?
A wallaby.
A wallaby. That's right. A wallaby darn is the drink at the Outback Steakhouse. I'm going to try one of those and get a chance, boys.
I got to find it out back by me, but either way, we're back to single file racing. And here comes Trey Bloom. Remember, he was up to 4th on one of the restarts, but that's fallen all the way back to 6th place. We'll see if he has anything left here. And I think that what he's doing is he's definitely saving the tires, because these drivers are really, they're starting to fall off a little bit, create a little bit bigger gaps. So you see Liston, a little bit of a wiggle off of turn number 2. And trying to go around the inside of Altice off of turn number 4. And Altice just holding steady there in that number 70.
You look on your tower there. 14 cars still on the lead lap. We've lost the Canadian Goose, John Wilson, Cucumber Kurt Smith. He's 16 laps down. Bobby Hayes and Adam Shane, your pole sitter.
Wilson, the only driver who is out after some mid-race troubles, but Altice still holding on to that 4th place in spite of being just a bit slower than Liston, or than just Liston right now, as Altice slides up turn 4, barely gets back in line and still holds on to that position. Now it's Liston's turn to run the higher line through 1 and 2.
Indeed, we were talking to Liston in the post-race interview last week, and he had to miss a race because his mouse died, and I misunderstood. I thought it was a way of saying that his wife was pregnant again, but that was not the rodent that they were talking about. I got it now. Oh, my God, Altice is really loose. This is just a matter of time. Liston's so smooth. So unusual to see Ruben fight the car like that.
Well, he did gain 12 spots from his grid spots. He was basically almost shotgun on the field.
Yeah.
And now 1 in 4, so he's got to save his equipment for the rest of the race, because here's the thing. Look at how many positions James Lowe capitalized, which, by the way, he is your leader now, as Lowe is ahead of Worrell. But I would not be surprised to see the wheels fall off of James Lowe here. I would say within the next 20 to 30 laps. I could be wrong, but he really had to race hard to get up there.
Well, you put the drum out there. I'm going to stick around now. I was going to bail early and go start my dinner, but now that you told me that the 99 may run out of tire, I'm going to stick around. I hope you guys all stay with me too. That's some professional broadcasting right there. Oh, let's watch Liston. This is so good. Liston and Altice are putting on a show. I know they're like a half car length apart, but here he comes.
Yeah, dropping, Johnny, that broadcast school really paying off, as, here's the thing. Liston's really good through the turns, but Altice able to rotate that car off the turns, which makes it a lot harder for the 87. Of course, he's going to try and dive to the inside off of 3 and 4, and once again, you'll see Altice just got it around up high. And you also see Trey Bloom. He's sitting back there trying to keep things nice and steady as well.
I don't know a whole bunch about nothing, but I know that the tires don't like it when the car is sideways. And Altice is really wearing out, I would think, the right rear. Getting that car so loose. And I just think Liston is this back there just... I don't have to force the issue. Eventually, it's all going to come to me. I still got 40 laps to get this done. But what he has to worry about, though, is Trey Bloom. The caveman's back in the picture.
And Trey Bloom feels like that he's got enough rubber to really make some attacks here at the end of the race, and he's closing in once again on Todd Liston. So I would not be surprised within the next 5 to 10 laps if he tries something here, because he's just inching and burning just to try and get up to the front. And no, that's not because he's been in the cave the past couple of weeks. Here comes Liston. Oh, he had a little bit of a wiggle there off of turn number 4. He's able to save it. That nose soup was pointed towards the pit wall.
For those that don't know why Trey Bloom is the caveman, when he was a younger man, and he's a bit of a scientist. He does some cancer research. I know he's working in labs right now. He did some time living in caves, checking out molds and spores, and I don't know what else is down there. spiders and snakes. I'm telling him.
One-eyed. Well, it's a big one-eyed purple people eater.
That's it. I'm telling him he needs to check into apricot pits, but he just keeps blowing me off. I have ideas. Hey, how about Kenny Allen? Up 11 spots.
Yeah, let's talk about Kenny Allen there. He is great to see him back in the field, by the way, in that Kenolytics number 49. We're all by himself right now, but I think the longer that these three, Altice, Liston, and Bloom, run close together, that's going to give Papa Kenny Allen a chance to close in. Of course, I wonder, is it Papa or is it the kid that's behind the wheel as well? Because, so we got Liston finally to the inside of Altice, and now Ruben, he's closing out off of turn number 4. So yeah, once again, Liston just cannot get the job done on the straightaways.
Ed Foster has no hope of catching Lowe and Whirl. He should just watch his rearview mirror because it's really exciting what's going on behind him. Let's try it one more time, says Todd Liston. I'll get under here. Nope. We call it the popcorn position. That's where Trey Bloom is right now, watching the show. Let's go on board. Let's see what Trey Bloom is looking like here. Maybe we can help him pick a racing line.
Here's the thing, you've got Liston who's trying to, get around the quiet man. Bloom's too far away to try and take a dive to the inside of Liston. So it's like Schrodinger's race. You're close enough to make something happen, but you can't make anything happen. Let's see if Liston has anything. No, once again, just cannot get a good bite off of 2 and 4.
Wait, Liston is either dead or not dead? Is that... I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I guess that's where I was going with it.
Okay, all right. I try to pay attention. I really do. I think by the time this is all done, Soup's going to make a little prediction here. I'm going to get out my crystal ball, abracadabra, give it a little rub. I think by the time this is done, Trey Bloom's going to have himself a 4th place finish. I think both these guys ahead of him are having way too much fun.
I think your prediction might actually come to fruition better than mine right now. It's Lowe's opening it up. A 1.8 second lead. Foster closing in within 1 second of Whirl, but we're still watching this battle for 4th place, as this is about the closest we've seen Trey Bloom on this run off the back of Liston, but he's still way too far away to even think about throwing in a dive in turn number 1. Is once again, this might be a good chance. Nope, as the Canadian Goose just quietly thinks his way up top, as now Trey Bloom trying to get around Liston for that 5th spot.
Big fan of the Goose. I'm also a fan of Eagles. Hey, those Big Bear Lake Eagles that are just down the road from me up here in California, they got themselves a couple new eggs in the nest there. Come on, you guys.
That's always fun.
Hey, let's look back. Here's a couple guys that are... Let's look at the number 2 and the number 52. This is the man who runs the series, Lowell Jewell. And then we don't give enough credit to Steve Hiller for his stat of the weeks. Oh, man, they are good. I enjoy them. Sometimes they have a question involved in them. Best race right up front. Yeah, go ahead.
Jeffrey Harden won his 50th BRL race last week. He's 4th in wins among all modern drivers, but I'll tell you what, that doesn't matter too much right now because Ruben Altice just so good on exits. While he's losing grip, he's still grabbing that bite off the corners and able to get back on the throttle faster than Liston or Bloom right now, because Trey trying to see if he can go around the inside of Liston for 5th.
I'm glad to hear that Jeffrey got that win. I know he's been busy, not been able to put a lot of practice time because he's got this new business that they're working on. Brandy's Apple, LLC. They're going to try to go to market with that. We wish them all the best. She makes a
Brandy, I would never stoop so low.
Brandy,
I would never stoop so low to suck up to you, so we're good to go.
Really good candy apple, baby. You dump that thing, puts a... And the stick is... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, a little wiggle out of
Yeah.
Liston coming off of turn number 2, so he is really having problems coming off the corner now as he has tried for lap after lap to get under Altice, but Altice just gets that good bite off the corner. Now Trey Bloom finally 6-0s under Liston, with Liston taking the defensive line heading into turn number 3.
This is the best Liston has been. Half a car length back on the inside. Dives it in deeper than beatnik poetry. The car gets loose. Trey Bloom looking for somewhere to go. He'll wait. He's the spelunker. He doesn't want to get himself in somewhere he can't get out of. Now he sees an opportunity down low. He's going to try to get underneath Liston. Liston is cooked. Bloom is in good shape.
This was that, I think we're running into a quandary where drivers are getting under drivers in turns, but they just don't get the bite like the driver ahead of them has.
Next time around, you know what it is. I hope my director does. Here it comes. If you're thinking about winning, get the mirror ball spinning. Rip the groove. Make your move. Put on your fancy dancing shoes. Get out on the floor, show them some more, because it's time to boogie. Look how we have that time to be exactly the length of one lap around the short track. Look at this. You know, they're boogieing now. Look at this.
Yeah, they really are. As Liston finally gets around the inside of Altice, now Trey Bloom's going to follow suit. I think he's going to make it look a lot easier than Liston does, but Liston backs up the quiet man through 3 and 4. Now Liston chooses the bottom line once again to try and back up Bloom, so in a matter of a lap, Altice has lost 2 positions.
You know what Liston needs to do? He needs to get like the racing sound out of his headphones and get in, put some boogie in the headphones there, because he really picked it up. He couldn't pass until the music started. Tell me that didn't play a factor in getting that pass.
Well, let's see how those Hoosier tires last with 16 laps to go. And yeah, I hate to say it, I was wrong about James Lowe. He's now almost 3 seconds ahead of Chris Worrell, but now Trey Bloom dives to the inside of Liston for that 4th spot, that coveted 4th spot. Does the caveman have it heading into turn 1? And indeed, he's gonna get that nose out front, but Liston gonna get that nose out front as well.
Right now, Trey Bloom, we like to say he's got Hoosier courage is what he has right now. Feeling really good with the rubber that he has underneath him, making him very confident.
He wasn't so confident through 3 and 4 because he got a little wiggle there in the middle of the corner and now loses a little bit of ground. Here comes Papa Kenny Allen. I mentioned that he would be in position here to pass at least Altice if he got around, and that's the battle for the highest climber. Both he and Lowe have 11 spots, and if Allen can get around Altice, which he's going to try and do right now, he will go up 12 and he'll have the highest climber of the race.
Oh, he gets loose, but he did a good job of keeping it off of the quiet man. They go in. I wish I could get into the head of Kenny Allen right now and tell him that Altice is cooked. Put a fork in him. He's done. Now they go through there. The 70 has nothing to fend this one off. Allen's been back there just racing easy. He knew it was boogie time. He's got 11 laps to go. He's going to get up into what would be 6th position if he can finish this, and he does. Don't be surprised if he gets himself a top 5 and gets around Liston. Liston is, look at this battle. Liston continues to fight. I'm not done. I still got, oh my goodness, that beautiful machine 87 holds off Trey Bloom.
Not dead yet. You're almost there, as Trey Bloom likes to say, heading down the straightaway. 10 laps to go so far, and Bloom gonna sit back a little bit and try for another assault here in the next lap or 2. He really wants that 4th place. He dives to the inside, and look at who is coming to play for 2nd place. It's the Adelaide Blade.
Oh, this is big points-wise. So we'll look at this battle. We'll tell you that the Blade has run up on the back of the Whirlwind, but he's not there yet. This is great. Oh, no, but they're coming up on the Goose. This is going to have to be 3 wide. The Goose puts it as far up as he can. Oh, that's a high branch to get on, but he gets it done.
I think Bloom may get the pass done here, but Liston tries to nose out front once again, and Trey Bloom gets the better bite off of turn number 2, but Liston goes a little bit faster down the straightaway, so still this battle for 4th really heating up. You see the battle for 2nd place also tightening up. So we got 2 great battles here in the top half of the top 10 that are for pretty good positioning here.
We got to go to 2nd. Taking it in deep is the Adelaide Blade. Whirls on the outside. They got some lap traffic ahead. They got Davis and Tom Hilbert coming up. The Blade takes it down deep. And we're looking there at Liston. Now we're at the Blade. This is fun. We got 2 battles to watch as they click away. I have 2 eyes. You as a viewer only have 1 screen.
This battle here for 2nd place not looking too bad. Yeah, I think Ed's trying to save some equipment. He might try a dive to the inside here shortly as you see those 2 lap cars racing for basically what is the pole position for next week. And we'll see how they'll have a part to play. But both those drivers, I know that they're going to be smart and run the high line once they hear their spotters say faster traffic approaching. As we're running up to 4 laps to go. And ooh, Foster trying to keep it down low, but Worrell trying to keep it up high.
Laps are ticking away. The battle up ahead, you put Davis on the pole, and you're looking wire to wire is the 2 words that come to mind. Wire to wire. I guess that's 3 words. Now, taking a high drive out of 4, cuts it down low, trying to get some momentum. Worrell gets a little bit of the wall. It's the Blade against the Whirlwind. Laps are ticking away.
As you like to say, the sands in the hourglass keep dropping as you see Jewel going around the inside of Altice. White flag is out. 1 more lap for James Lowe as, once again likes to prove me wrong about tires falling off as he catches up to the racing rev. The Lipper, but you'll see James Lowe will take win number 4.
Let's go back to 2nd real quick. It's a drag race for 2nd. The Whirlwind over the Blade.
So close. I think we're going to have a battle for 5th to the line. It's our 4th to the line with Trey Bloom getting ahead of Todd Liston.
The caveman got Todd Liston in. He tried. I don't know, actually finished the pass. He was his 1st to the line. Kenny Allen not able to get that top 5. He'll finish in 6th. Jeffrey Harden had a nice run as well in 7th. The racing is over. The broadcast is now. We'll take a short break, come back and run down the rest of the finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. You're watching VGN, which stands for Virtual Grip Network. Welcome back to New Smyrna Speedway and the Virtual Grip Network's 8th round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's late model series. The results are in. Let's give them to you now. Well, he started well back in 12th position. Did not take him long to get to the front. He picks up his 4th win of the season. We're talking about James Lowe. And he stretches his point lead on Ed Foster by 2 because Chris Worrell sat between him and his biggest rival. Worrell gets 2nd. Foster gets 3rd. Rounding out your top 5. Great battle from Trey Bloom and Todd Liston. Bloom gets the best of that. Kenny Allen comes all the way from last to get 6th. Jeffrey Harden has a nice run in 7th position. 8th and 9th goes to Lowell Jewell and Ruben Altice faded. And then the final top 10 spot goes to the Chiefs, Tim Herbert. Partner?
Benny Ellison rounds as 11th. 12th goes to Chris Hazlip, your last car on the lead lap. Your pole sitter for next week will be the 7th of Chris Davis. Then you've got Tom Hilbert, John Wilson, Kirk Smith all out of the race with Bobby Hayes and Adam Shade. Last 3 were involved in pretty early incidents.
Okay, we get to talk to James Lowe. Haven't done this for a long time. He's only won 4 times this season, only half the races. Let's go ahead and bring it in here. Hey, James, it's Soup. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got Soup.
You got to the front pretty quick. Got around Chris Worrell, and then you pretty much had it your own way.
Yeah, it was starting on the outside. It's never a place you want to be, but it did give me an idea of how hard you could push it into 1 and 2 there. So it really utilized it on that restart to get around Chris. And then I just kind of ran some consistent laps and kind of pulled away there and just rolled along.
We did. We thought the only chance anybody had, you had that restart stuck on the outside with Foster back in 3rd. We thought maybe they might be able to pin you out there, but boy, you got the throttle down. We're able to roll around the top side. Was the top side? I don't know if it was the preferred position, but boy, I saw passing was tough down low today.
Yeah, with the tire wear, you didn't want to be up there long, but you could make passes up there. I passed 3 or 4 cars earlier in the race using the high line, so I knew you could use it. And then with the cool tires coming off the caution, I figured it would stick pretty well, which it did. And then we just kind of cruise from there.
Okay, we'll get you out of here on this one, and this is one of our favorite segments of the broadcast. It's a fan favorite. Get to know James Lowe. All right, you're at the Pancake House, you're at the Waffle House, you're at the International House of Pancakes, you're at Denny's. They bring you the thing of syrup. You got choice of 4 there. You got yourself maple, apricot, blueberry, and raspberry. What are you going with?
I'm a regular type of guy, so I'm taking the maple.
I need to go with maple. That's other stuff's way too exotic for you. Congratulations on the win. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah,
Mary Alice watching?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my Aunt Mary Alice for watching as always and cheering me and Chris on. You guys for broadcasting. You always do a great job. Can't wait to watch it back. And Lowell for letting me run this thing.
I guarantee you, Aunt Mary Alice, she's a raspberry girl. All right, we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, who you got for second?
Let's talk to one of our other race winners this season. Chris Worrell sits in 2nd place, almost in 3rd. Let's talk about that run to the finish because that was close.
Yeah, I messed up on the restart there and tried to clear James off, and should have known better. And he passed me really quick, got around me, and I was trying to start late, and it just didn't work. He got around me after turn 2, and I was just trying to learn from there and trying to keep up with him. But yeah, at the end, I was awesome with that. He was coming, and I did everything I could to just hold him off. Tried to, block the low line and see if he's going to try to make him pass me on the outside, and then he got under me there at the end and coming to the flag, and it was a pretty cool side-by-side finish. I got lucky. I got second. Yeah, that's for sure.
Now you got second by 0.05 seconds looking at our timing screen. And let's talk about the difference between last night's track and this night's track. A lot of drivers that we talked to said there was little, if any, difference. What did you see in the difference between the 2 tracks?
Man, I don't know. I'm still learning these cars so much. Last night you could kind of enter in the middle. Tonight it seemed faster to just stay at the bottom and try to keep your lefts on the paint there, and that seemed to work really well. Tonight, I've been trying different things. I figured tonight I was just going to put the hammer down and see what happens if I just send it every single turn and just go fast as I could. Which I had a better run than usual, but still trying to get up there where I can beat my buddy. But yeah, I don't know the difference. I know these cars It was a lot more passing than I thought there would be. Last night, I'm trying to get a handle on those things. I do good one week and then wreck out the other. So I don't know. I'm learning.
All right, I got a little tip for you. What you need to do is you need to call James. Go, hey, you know what? Why don't we race together? In the same room tonight, and then about halfway through the race, once he gets up to you, just reach over and disconnect that wheel. Be perfect.
Yeah, I know. Or get him to get Spectrum Internet again. Subscribe to that. That's what we need him to do. But before we get off, I would like to apologize, Adam, if you're listening. I tried to make the move low so he would overdrive the turn, and he did a little bit. It wasn't much. I got low there, trying to get under him. Just doing whatever I could to get to the lead and try to get away from the 99. And then I turned to Adam, who I don't ever have any run-ins with or problems with, and he was doing really good. So Adam, if you can hear this, I'm sorry, man. But other than that, thanks for the broadcast. Thanks for the lead. Lowell and Steve, thanks for putting it on, and everybody for showing up.
I'll see you next week, Chris. Second place out of Chris Worrell.
Okay, let's dial up the Adelaide Blade, Ed Foster. Ed, you got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, if this championship comes down to you losing it by 1 point, we're going to all think back to this ending here. United New Smyrna. What did drag race off before for you?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, I was hoping that I was going to be able to sort of chase Chris down towards the end. I could see that as time went on, he was sort of starting to struggle a little bit with that, with his right rear. He wasn't getting off the corner very well, he was sliding a little bit. So I thought, all right, well, let's attack that as much as I can. So I really once I got to him, I really started to try to put a lot of pressure on his exits and make it that he had to get a perfect exit every time in order to hold me off. And I managed to get underneath a couple of times, but I run a single monitor as well, so I haven't got that view out my my right-hand side. So I probably, even on that run to the line, I probably exited the corner a little bit narrow because I didn't want to sort of squeeze him up into the wall. I don't know exactly where he is. But yeah, maybe if I'd exited a little bit wider and sort of run him up towards the fence a little bit more, it might have been closer, might have got there, but third place isn't too bad, is it? So it's all good.
You give hope to me and my fellow back markers around the globe. When you came into the series, you weren't a back marker, but certainly you weren't competitive racing up front. You seem so much better now. Is it just coincidence that now you're more competitive and that's the way the things are falling, or do you think you're actually better doing this than you were when you first came in?
I don't know. That's probably a good question, one that I haven't actually thought about too much. Certainly, I've done a lot of oval stuff in the past, but it's all sort of been on the on the 3 national level, Truck Xfinity Cup, that sort of thing.
Right.
Never really. And when I used to go in those series and I used to go to short tracks, I was always fairly competitive. Won a bunch of them, but I was always kind of interested to know what I'd be like, on a short track, in a short track car against proper short track guys. And yeah, it was a learning experience straight up. I mean, I don't think that I was particularly poor on pace a lot of the time, but I just couldn't read the race properly. I'd get in a lot of incidents. Even, dudes wiping me out from behind was, partially things that I was doing that was unexpected, So as you kind of play yourself in a little bit and you understand a little bit more about, just learning what everyone's like, what everyone does, how to read the races and the situations a little bit better, and the results start to come your way. And I just sort of feel as though once I get my head around the car, I only feel as though I'm about 90% of the way there with the car. And there's obviously some little tricks on each one of these tracks that comes with experience and a lot of track knowledge as well. These little 1%ers that add up to the kind of performance you saw out of James tonight. So once I work those out, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'll be able to go forward from here.
Well, you, my friend, are keeping James Lowe honest, and everyone who's a fan of the series and watching this, we thank you for it and keeping it interesting. Go get him. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to give a public shout. I already spoke to him, but public shout out to Chris for that awesome battle at the end. He was placing his car in all the right spots, and it's good fun racing with somebody who knows what he's doing. Even though I did hear his interview just before, and he's saying, I've got a lot to learn, but the guy's got like a 4700 I rating on oval or something like this, so he knows how it all works. And when you're racing against somebody who's really capable, you can take more chances, you can push the limits a little bit more, you can do things and and go in there with a level of aggression that you can't do with guys who might be a bit newer to it. So being able to do that and race against somebody like that who knows all the tricks and what to do and where to place the car and everything, it's a lot of fun because you can really get your elbows out and you can deploy every trick you have, and they're not going to misread it, and it's got to wind up in a big crumpled heap against the wall. So yeah, shouts out to him as well. It was a lot of fun.
God bless iRacing for having that league element to the platform, because it's really fun to race against the same guys every week. Well done, buddy. We'll see you down the road. Congratulations. Let's get a win next time out.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ed Foster, the Adelaide Blade. Partner, take us home.
That about does it for this weekend. Coming up tomorrow, Atlanta Motor Speedway, not the new track that they call, I don't know. Oh, Echo Park.
Hey, you think Ed will go to Phillip Island? That's close to where he is, right? That's down
You know what? Yeah, we'll see if we can get him in the stands for Phillip Island on Wednesday, where you and I kick back another 3-race stint with the ISRA Open Wheel Series, powered by the Sim Gaming Expo. And of course, we'll be at USA International Speedway for the super late models and the late model
I'm wearing
series.
red, white, and blue for that one. I'm going to wear my...
well, Ryan's singing the national anthem. Didn't you know that?
Oh, all right.
All right, well, that does it for this edition of Bootleg Racing League. I want to thank everybody as a part of this series. My partner, Bill Soups, and of course, Ryan Seneca, pushing knobs, turning the sliders, and Lowell Jewell putting us all together. My name's Jeremy Scott. Don't forget to keep the point forward, keep between the ditches, and always keep a greasy side down. We'll see you next time on the Virtual Grip Network.